Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. So today we're gonna cook an American treat. Yeah, sort of odd for us, isn't it? Been doing a lot of international dishes, Greek, definitely Mexican, all over the freaking place, Georgian. But today we're gonna go with the tried and true American meal cooked on a grill. So today we're going to do caramelized onions and mushrooms stuffed tenderloin. Now, first of all, yes, I am out of uniform. Normally I have the Galley of the Sun shirt on. I've got several of them, but we are now 2 days away from Super Bowl 57, and being born and raised in Kansas, yep, I'm a big Chiefs fan. So, yep, deal with it. All right. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to make the stuffing for our beef tenderloin. And we're going to use some baby Bella mushrooms. Now, all the amounts and their instructions are down in the description. It says cremini. That is another great one too. Just don't use button mushrooms. To me, they don't have much flavor. But something like baby Bella or cremini mushrooms definitely will give you a much better flavor. So, we're going to take 8 ounces of these, and we're going to chuck them into the food processor. All right, so there's no need to go crazy. All we're going to do is break these down just a little bit, so just about 4 or 5 short pulses is all we're going to go with. But first, apparently, you need to plug it in. It does not run on the power of my personality. It needs electricity. Electricity has been applied to the appliance. And it works. There we go, just about 5 pulses. Like I said, don't go crazy, that's plenty. All right, so the next step for us is to take 2 tablespoons of butter and about 2 tablespoons of oil, and we're gonna heat them on medium heat in a skillet until it starts to foam. Then we move on to the next step. We'll see you then. Skillet is on medium-high heat, in goes our oil, in goes our butter. We'll get that all mixed up until it's all foamy. All right, the butter is foaming, so in goes our onions first. And to that, we're gonna add our salt and pepper. We're gonna get that mixed up, let it cook for about 5 minutes. It needs longer to cook than the mushrooms will. All right, so the onions have been cooking for 5 minutes. Now goes in our mushrooms, and we're gonna cook it for another 5 minutes until all the liquid is pretty much gone. And we will scoop all that mushroomy deliciousness into our skillet. All right, so we've been cooking the mushrooms for 5 minutes. Pretty much all the liquid is gone. Now we're gonna take that heat down from medium-high to about medium. We're gonna stir it frequently for the next 10 minutes until the onions and mushrooms become deeply brown and sticky. Sticky. All right, our mixture of onions and mushrooms is looking well browned. It is sticky. Now we're gonna stir in our garlic and stir that for about 30 seconds till it's good and aromatic. Now we're gonna slowly stir in a half a cup of marsala.
Yum, 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 yum.
Making sure that we scrape any brown bits from the bottom of the pan. Oh my God, that smells incredible. Gonna get that all well mixed in. Then we're gonna let this go for about 2 or 3 minutes. All we're trying to do right now is evaporate that liquid. All right, the liquid's pretty much evaporated. Off goes the heat, and this mixture goes into a bowl to cool as we start working with the meat. All right, so what I have here is a center cut of an entire beef tenderloin. You don't want the parts that tend to hang on the sides. Get those out of the way. So just this nice cylindrical piece of beef. Now we're gonna take this and butterfly it in a manner that creates a meat sheet.
What?
Oh yes, a meat sheet.
What?
So about 1/3 of the way up, I'm gonna make a cut. And I'm going to go, not all the way through, I'm only going about 1 inch in. And as I do that, I'm going to start rotating the larger piece of the meat. Trying to keep the meat sheet the same thickness throughout. And take your time with this. And there we go. We have turned our cylindrical beef tenderloin into a beautiful meat sheet.
What?
Now we're going to liberally apply a mixture of salt and pepper to the inside of the meat sheet. Get it good and seasoned. Okay. Then we're going to add our mushroom, onion, garlic, wine mixture. Now, you want to keep about a 1/2 inch border clear of this stuffing. Otherwise, it's going to fall out and you're going to lose it. You don't want that. You want to maintain every bit of this deliciousness you can. Now, to accompany this fantastic dish, I'm going to be making some grilled creamed corn, and I'm going to do that in a short video. It's a separate one. You can see it right here. But still got to have your greens, right? So now we're going to take some baby spinach that I've diced up, cut just roughly, and we're going to layer that on top of our onion mushroom mixture. About a 1/2 to 1/3 of a cup. No need to go crazy. But a very good source of vitamin C. See? Now I'm going to cut myself about 5 pieces of butcher's twine, about 12 to 18 inches long. All right, now we're going to carefully roll up our meat sheet back into a cylinder. And this is where that 1/2 inch comes in important, because that's going to let you get this together without losing that incredible stuffing. Okay, we're there. Now we're going to tie this up. So I like to always start in the middle. So we lay out our twine, put our tenderloin back down on it. Going to come together. We're going to wrap twice. 1, 2, and then pull that good and tight. And then tie a square knot. There we go. And then clip off the excess. And then moving from the center out, we'll get one on this side. Okay, I'm going to get the other 3 tied up here, get that all trussed up. I'm going to get my smoker started. I'm going to go at about 400 degrees because, and direct heat. We want to get this browned, and then we want to cook it until it gets to a medium rare. So we're going to get it browned nice and good, and then set it off to the side, put a thermometer in the middle of it, and cook it till it hits about 125 or so. Pull it off, bring it inside, tin it, and let that drift up to medium rare. There is one more step that we need to do before I do that, and that's season the outside of it. All right, we're all trussed up. Now I got a couple tablespoons of olive oil here. I'm going to rub that on the outside of my steak here. My wonderful beef tenderloin. And if you don't use all of it, that's fine. We're just giving something for the seasoning to stick to. Now I got that. Now we're going to take salt and pepper and get that seasoned. There we go. Gorgeous. Now we'll get the grill ready. See you then. All right, so we got the grill preheated to 400 degrees. Now we're going to sear the outside of our incredible stuffed beef tenderloin. Not trying to cook it all the way, just get a good exterior texture to it. We'll let it go about 2 minutes on each of the 4 different sides. All right, the searing's all done. Now we're going to take our beautiful hunk of meat here, take it off the direct flame, put it in direct. We're going to let it sit there till it hits about 125 internal. It's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we'll take it inside, but we got stuff we can do in the meantime, so back to the kitchen. All right, as the steak is cooking the rest of the way, we're going to get ourselves a compound butter put together to put on it. So in goes 4 tablespoons of butter, about a tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley, about 3/8 to a 1/2 tablespoon of fresh thyme, a clove or so of minced vinegar, of minced garlic, minced vinegar. What have I been drinking? A tablespoon of brown mustard. We love the Creole Zatarans. And then a decent pinch of salt and pepper, and we'll get all that mixed together. All right, I'm happy with that. Normally, if you make a compound butter and you want it pretty, you now lay out a piece of saran wrap, put your butter in there, form it in a cylinder shape, wrap it in saran wrap. Use that to help you get it into that cylinder shape. Chuck it in the fridge until it hardens, and you can get nice, perfectly round pieces off of that. But we're going to use it real soon, so I'm just going to leave it like this. We just got the tenderloin inside from outside. Inside from out, well, where else would you? Anyway, now about half of our compound butter is going to go right on top of that as it sits here and rests. So get that nice and spread out. And then we'll get this covered with some foil and let it rest. The steak's done resting. I can't wait to give this a try. So first of all, we're going to go along here and we're going to cut our strings and get those out of the way. You know what? I can't wait. I'm just going to get the first one out of the way. Then we'll get a piece of this cut. Oh, and look at that. All right. I can't wait. Let's give it a try. Okay. Get a good hunk there. Get some of that stuffing. Some of the beef. Oh, holy crap. Absolutely delicious. Give this a try. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Never miss an episode. What is your favorite way to do stuffed tenderloin? Leave it down in the comments. I'd love to give it a try. Hey, until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.